Otunba Dípò Dínà was an astute politician, a man of valor who contributed immensely to the growth of his community, Ogun State, and he impacted on the lives of his people. In honor of the legacy he left behind, Otunba Dípò Dínà Foundation was initiated to improve the literacy level of students to enable them read and write using Yoruba as a teaching language. The flag-off ceremony held at AstroTurf Event Center, Ikoyi, had in attendance his close associates, friends, family members, colleagues, and well-wishers.
For all you have done for us, you who is the giver of life. Thank you, Daddy, that today we're remembering our brother, our friend, our father, now a grandfather, a wonderful human being that you gave as a gift to this world, Otunba Dípò Dínà. Daddy, we thank you. We commit this evening's proceeding to your hands, O Lord. Please take preeminence in the name of Jesus. Be the one in charge and in control. And at the end of it all, let your name and your name alone be glorified. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. Amen.
Guests present at the ceremony have this to say about the late Otunba Dínà.
It's quite difficult when you're talking about Dípò Dínà in the past, because I love politics, but I was never neck deep into it, if not for Dípò. And that was about the darkest time of our time in Ogun State, when we had to go to trenches. The three of us, Shola Lawal, Didi, and myself, that every Wednesday for 4 years you will have to buy Punch. You want to read Punch newspaper. You were described and taken to be nobody in Ogun State, but we said, with everything we had, we will make sure Ogun State changed. And we thank God today, Ogun State is a place to live now. So the courage Dípò had was so enormous. In the morning, it will be Dípò in the morning. Where are you guys? Ire, Shola, Ibolowa. We never knew where we can be at any point in time. Not until when I was lucky anyway, Shola and Dípò were rounded up. And they have to be put in mini jail. So despite being there, being the only one outside, running everywhere to make sure we have good lawyers, we have people to bail them out. On Christmas Day, they have to sleep there. So, but we thank God today. Our dream came true through a dogged fighting. Look, when you are describing Dípò, it's somebody not that will push you into it and not being involved. In fact, he will be in that bonfire. No matter with resources, he never knew, how much it's going to cost. The implications to his family, and every other thing. It was true that I was able to come out to say I want to be a senator in 2007. And to God be the glory, he gave me that courage. And I won the election to be Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So there was no way I would have aspired my success politically without having to mention Dípò. And I know the children then, Oyikosola, Onokwenuko, who he adored them, he called them my small and big princesses. And that is the big prince there. Before Dípò, whose birthday is today. Dípò's last child birthday is today. It was a very sad day, and at every point of 25th of July, it's just like a rebirth, because what Dípò stood for. Very passionate person. In political arena, they call him Baba Lano. In Ijebode today, at endurance gatherings, at Christian Evangel Center, you will see people, after 10 years, they are still crying. You will see this old woman that they turned his house into their sleeping day and night when we are in that trenches. When I saw them today in their light number, then I said, I thank God. People continue to live, and it will live in our minds forever. Amen. Because he has done well, and I know the children, I am very much happy for you. Because having the 4 children at the stage, people left with them in secondary school, with the mother alone, you can see it was a tough fight. But today, they went to one of the best schools in America, Ivy Leagues. Not only that, they are working in world-class institutions in America, and they are not wayward children. All we give glory to God. And to Mika's parents, believe me, I can tell you, they were there. They stood as parents. I can say this to you, they stood as parents. And we can only always thank them for being there with their daughter, and these children giving their mother rest of mind. We have seen many children when the parents or the father, because the father was there as a father, he was commander-in-chief, both in his house, politically, and at everywhere. For such a person to have left, you know what it is? And the vacuum, God was able to fill it. And Dele, the prayer has always been going to you, and you know, ẹ̀ẹ́dìrú ẹ̀ẹ́dìgbà ní agbára Elédùmarè yìí tí bàbá yín ò lè dúró ṣe tọ́lọ́run ṣe fún yín lójú ìyá yín ẹ ṣì máa dìràwọ̀ ẹni táyé ń pèsè inú yín á dẹ̀ dùn at all times, and I cover you with the blood of Jesus. Thank you.
Dele, congratulations. Why would I say congratulations at this time? Dípò Dínà is an embodiment of life. And I'm just going to share some little experiences about how we used to look at Dípò at that time. When it comes to the issue of success in life, I think Dípò got there earlier than most of us. And that didn't make him less friendly or less compassionate. Dípò also had some series of acronyms that when you say, you don't have to say Dípò's name. Once you just mention something, everybody knows it's Dípò. One of them is Ireo. Once you see each other and say Ireo, you know that Dípò is in. And then when Dípò wants to stand in his ancestral status, you say Meade. When those things come out from Dípò, you know that there is serious business to be discussed. The political journey of Dípò was a lot longer than most of us saw. I remember that when he wanted to do, I think it was the House of Rep or something, we had a dinner for him in London. And Dípò kept telling us things that were beyond our comprehension as people with kobo in our pockets, and Dípò that we see as the man who has arrived. You know, he has his bag that stays beside him. And at a point in time, we all concluded that Dípò is maybe 20 years more matured than his age, and is more matured than we that were his friends. So when Dípò talks, all of us tend to listen to him. And then all that he has done that I don't want to recount in terms of the political space, but I want to talk about the person that I know of Dipo. On my birthday, every year, I will get a letter and a tag. And it has become sentimental for me, even when I'm looking at my list of collections. I will always look for that Dipo style. Every year without fail. So there are certain things, certain little gestures that you miss, because the next birthday after that, I instinctively was looking at what I had and I couldn't find Dipo style there. You know that you have a big issue, just go to Dipo. He will make out time for you. Dipo is one person that if he says, I'm busy, you can't see me, he will show up in your house. You just show up and say, talks, or that person you check aside something, but I will call every, then you start the work. I thank God for his life. I thank God because if the success of Dipo had not continued after his exit, I'm not sure all of us would be here. But so it shows that even when we go, there is a mark of success that can still trail us. I want to thank God for the effectiveness of his life. I want to thank God for his wife. I want to thank God for the good things, all that you wish for the children to do in your lifetime, or you will do in their time, they are doing, and God is blessing them. God will continue to bless you. God will continue to protect you. God will lift his countenance upon you. He will give every one of the member of this family his peace. And you haven't seen anything yet. Your father has done a big work. And there is no way that somebody will do that kind of work that the goodwill will not spill over onto his children. So, the Lord is your strength. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. God bless you all.
Dipo was more than a friend to me. Our dads were friends. They were both accountants, and Daddy Dele Dino was my dad's professional senior. Dipo and I are both accountants, and I'm really very close to the family. His mom used to call me Yaokomi, right? It's a blessing to know Dipo. You know, I don't know much about his political alliances and his friends, but I know him as a person. He was really, really very focused, and he was a passionate human being. Anything he decided to do, he did with great focus, great passion, and he was multifaceted. So if he wanted to do business, he would make sure that he did the business excellently. He was passionate about his wife, about his children, and his children are my children, and they know everywhere they were, every year. I remember them. I remember when you used to live in trade fair. I'll come with, to trade fair with cakes for you. And God rest my late husband. He was actually very jealous of Dipo, and he hinted that maybe Dipo and I were dating. And if you know me, I said, Aburo mi ni Dipo now. I'm older than Dipo, so why would I date? He said, it doesn't matter, but that was the kind of closeness we had. Tokunbo was talking about his birthday ties. For a long time, the most expensive fabrics in my closet were given to me by Dipo, but I know it's Nike that picked them. So thank you, Nike. We are all very grateful for the life that Dipo lived, for the legacy that he has left. Somebody was talking about all the people that are in Ijebu. We are here on this earth just once, and we have to make sure that we leave a lasting legacy in the things that we do, in the lives that we touched. And his legacy, you can see his children. I haven't seen Dele in a while. I see Dipo more. Of course, I talked to Moyekon and Okwemipo more than the boys, but I promise I'll be better. I talked to Nike, and Nike is, she's a busy woman, so you might send her a message. and she will respond about 2 weeks down the line. But I'm glad that everybody is doing well, and we all can give thanks and praises to God. Where your dad didn't reach, you will get there and you will even surpass. You will live long. You will be a joy unto us. You will do well for your mom, because she has done well by you. She has stood by you through thick and thin, through pressures. I know she has gone through a lot of pressures, but it is only God that has sustained her. So it is your responsibility to make sure that you give her joy. Anything that will upset her, please try not to do. God will bless you. He will keep you. He will shine his eyes on you. I love you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming.
I struggled to become chartered accountants. That must be 1983. 83. We did PE 1 together. I will talk about my little experience here politically. I am not a politician, but I watched from afar. On April 1, 1974, April 1, 1974 is Fool's Day. So Dípò, myself, his other name is, another friend's name is Akim Dípò, McDonald Nwose. We decided we were going to fool the school. This was the time when April Fool was still reasonable, not now. I think April Fool is now gone dastard, and people die. But on that particular day, we decided that at the stroke of 12, we were going to start to make a lot of noise. Dípò had a pangolo, I had my own, and then we just started. We caused a lot of pandemonium at the academy. Seniors, some of them are past now. Everybody rushed to the gate. As they were about getting to the gate, then did April Fool. I leave the rest to your imagination. Dípò had a bigger drum, I had a lesser drum. So he took more knocks. Seriously, knocks than myself. Professionally, while we were getting on, my sister Mosun Bello Lushoga, we were in Coopers and Library. And of course, Dípò was with the dad's firm. We did then we used to call it PE1. I was going to say, she won't like me to say that one of the most brilliant ladies that we have produced in the accountancy profession is that lady that just spoke to you. We have a lot of respect for her. So, PE1, the center was at Lut, Idiaraba. I sat on this row. Dípò sat in front of me on that other row, and there was a man in front of Dípò. We never seen anything like that. So when the exam started, it was going. And then they said, maybe 30 minutes more. The gentleman, I think was a bit older than us, just took off his shirt, took off his singlet, and the guy was just saying in the exam hall, yeah, but he failed. Then Dípò looked back and said, Funky, are you seeing what I am saw? That's to parody Chief Zebediah. Politically, like I said, I used to work in an oil company. You should remember very well. Sometime, which year would that be? Anyway, if I tell you, you remember. It was at Transcorp Hotel. You had been a one-term senator. I'm not sure if you were second term. But on that particular day, I think it was a battle of long knives. Something that led, I guess, to Saraki, the Saraki coup. Then you challenged Dino Malai, the same Dino Malai. You made a statement. You said, Dino, there is no way for you folks. And I remember he said something to you. You got to get it coming. Then you made a statement. You said, we play the brands of great politics. Because I know that Dípò was one of the founding fathers of ACN in those days. Foundation, what have you. And I saw you trying to play that neat politics, which eventually we've seen that in the battle of long knives, even the ruggest and the roughest win. I will stop there. Nike, I remember when Dípò came to break to me that he was going to get married to you. Why? Because he was best man at my wedding. And he felt I should really know you. He came to my neck of woods. On that particular day, he said, well, what I remember is that he said, my fair more professor, you know. At that time, I had not known your dad. And the pride that took all of us to Makpo Hall, I remember very, very well, was palpable. So today, disciplines. Today, Jojo, you said 10 years, it's true. I was counting Dípò's bosom mother in days. 3,653 days plus one if you counted today. And on behalf of the rank and file Old Boys of Baptist Academy, we mourn Dípò virtually every day, but it's now celebration. I wish you well, Nike. God bless you. Keep the flag flying. Baptist can't say, I should say, the old care, and it shall be well. Sit. Thank you.
We qualified about the same time when we were having that exam at Lodge. We were sitting at Yabatek, and I remember that very diet was when they introduced consolidation and amalgamation in financial accounting. We were not all no, that was the first diet that we were going to sit. In fact, I sat for 45 minutes, I couldn't write a single. The guy beside me was quite, probably about 10 years older than a lot of us. So he had this big towel with him. Probably he had prepared that exam was going to be tough. The man was just sweating. In fact, it was a distraction. The man was just sweating. And I didn't write anything. A lot of us didn't write anything. So I just made up my mind. I just asked myself, it's attempt, just attempt. They didn't answer, you must get it right. That was what saved me. That was what saved a lot of us, somebody like me, was that you must attempt. You don't need to get it right. And then they will show you what you actually, you can know what to score. I scored 27 and I passed the exam. Because we're just about 21 that passed that particular diet in financial accounting. And we give thanks to God. Dípò, I will summarize Dípò in give the 5 summary of Dípò. 1, Dípò is very deep, committed, and very intimate. If we're very close to him, it's very deep. Very deep, far, far older than us. When he talks, he will be talking like my senior brother, 15 years older than me. Dípò is very thoughtful, because at my birthday, Dípò will write and send a gift. Ankara, he will pack it and he will send that Ankara. When he was going to marry Nike, come to me. He will tell you, which something I don't do. But he will come, I'm going to my family. Tell you as if you are the one to give that consent to him to do what he's going to do. He's such a deep, intimate person. Somebody is loyal, is committed. He was very committed to whatsoever he believed in. And unfortunately, we lost somebody like that. In that, Dípò was a true giver. He was giving, even that Ijebu, said, one day he came to my office and said, look, what exactly do you really want to achieve out of this? We are both accountants. You need to do profit and loss on this thing. Because he was spending so much. Even before he decided to contest, he had, actually when he did, we had that meeting around here then, when we all contributed and all the rest for his decision. Now, the day, 2 weeks or 1 week before that day, it was January 25th. That was 2 weeks, about 2 weeks. Myself, Nick, Dípò, we were in a place and we were just talking till 1 a.m. It was about 1 a.m. We left a party in the estate here and we just stood and we were just talking, and Dípò, very probably, I didn't see him for almost about 4 or 5 months before then. But that day he was just talking about Christian issues and all the rest and stuff like that. I was stood there till around past 1. It was after that, when we were together, that I heard about what happened. I was shocked. Up to now, I can't get over it. I cannot get over it. Dípò was just a real true friend. Dípò said something, myself, Folabi and Awoniwo. Because when my first daughter, when we had the naming ceremony in England, Dípò was here. And Dípò, they were about the same date. My daughter was 10th, Dípò 15th, of July. A lot of other things happened that were so coincident, that we do together and all the rest and stuff like that. Honestly speaking, I can't describe Dípò. It's just a gift to the nation that we really miss. It's a gift to the nation. If Dípò had been alive and he had been the governor of Ogun State, I don't think Ogun State can be where it is today. That's the gospel truth. Because Dípò did so much and was committed, and we sat down one day. He said, Dípò, how are you going to recover this money? I said, go to a point. He said, we just, and he said he was doing it, for the people, for the love of the people. And when you look at the pedigree of Dípò, you will know quite well that it wasn't meant to come and recoup money like this, all these politicians are doing now. And I give thanks to God. Now, to Nick, I want to thank God for your life. Take care of 4 children. It's not an easy thing. But I thank God that God has given you that grace. And that grace will continue to abide in you. The Lord will continue to strengthen you. The Lord will continue to order your steps on how to continue to guide these children. I'm so proud. Right from when we were all in England for the marriage and all the rest. And we thank God, you're now a grandmother. Okay, and the other ones, they will marry, they will have their children, their children's children will surround your table in good and perfect health in the name of Jesus. To the children, I want to say that Billy, Dípò, Orinko, and his sister, we thank God for your life. You've really made your dad proud. Made him proud. I mean, here is here now. It's not somebody you can put aside. He works in the Wall Street. He work there is not just that because my father has money. He worked for it, and God is with him. And we give thanks to God. To friends who have stood and are still standing by the family, we say thank you. Thank you for finding time to come even at a very short notice. We give thanks to God, to the Almighty God. Thank you very much.
To kickstart the Otunba Dípò Dínà Foundation, guests supported the initiative with finances that would aid learning in rural areas and beyond. The memory of the late Otunba Dípò Dínà would continue to linger in the hearts of everyone that crossed this path.
It's very difficult to describe Dípò in the past because it remained in the memories of several of us. His kindness, is that what we are going to be talking about? His deepness in terms of having to go about his submissions on things. Dípò seems about 20 years older than we, his friends. God really endowed him very early in his life with very high humility and everything you can think about. Anything about education, health, Dípò was very passionate. You can see from the film that was shown how deep Dípò was, how kind he was. You see, God has a way of paying people back. Look at the children. The four of them went to Ivy League schools in United Kingdom, United States, and working in Wall Street. So what are we talking about? You can only thank God that what is sowed is children reaped. And the foundation will continue on the educational policies or interest he pursued while he was alive.
The foundation is a foundation set up in memory of a philanthropist, a politician, a leader of men who was brutally murdered 10 years ago, and whose memory still lingers on the minds of everybody around there. And the foundation is basically about helping the downtrodden, the masses, the kids of no name to acquire proper education, proper upbringing through the instrumentality of Yoruba language. Basically, that is it. That is what the foundation is all about. But if you want to go into specifics, it is generally a foundation set up for the purpose of helping the poor, promoting the poor, also promoting the ideals of integrity, of honesty, and good conduct in the society. Which primary target is the downtrodden, the masses.
Otunba Dípò Dínà Foundation, which we launched today, which is the 10 years, is more of an education fund, and it's for the people that are really unreached. Unreached in the sense that we want to first start with letting them use their mother tongue, which is Yoruba, from where we are. Yoruba, to teach them how to teach them and educate them, so that from there they will be able to read and write Yoruba, and from there now use that medium to teach them other subjects. This we want to do by, for example, going to the rural areas first, the villages where there is not so much education and we don't even have what we call teacher oko anymore. Most of them want to come to the cities and the small towns. So we want to use the e-commerce method of recording lectures, as in downloading it into the laptops and giving it to monarchs and in the villages, monarchs, the mosques, and maybe the churches there. So we expect that we'll have some people to just train them so that they can teach themselves. For example, you say A for apple. In the village, they've never seen an apple before. So let's say C for cassava ege, they understand that. So they will be able to relate more and be more productive. There won't be more pressure for migration into cities and overcrowding cities. Then they will be more productive. Even if they're doing farming and fishing, they will be able to calculate, they will be able to be business people, and they will be empowered. And eventually, if the foundation brings in a lot of libraries to these places, because we teach them how to read and write and to pronounce sounds, so they can pronounce sounds and they'll be able to read and be more enlightened. They said somebody that is enlightened and is not ignorant can rule the world and can go places.